If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times in the last 2 or 3 months. Pretty much the entire year 2025. Silver. Wow, huh? Silver, wow. Where do I go, though, is the more frequently asked questions when I bump into you guys at shows and or just phone calls in general. So we're always looking for value based upon 1 ounce, half ounce, quarter ounce, and then, right? Well, tonight, I think we nailed it. Let's spend a few minutes with one of the most affordable silver U.S. coins. And tonight, the number is very affordable. That beautiful Mercury dime. And our daily deal tonight is actually just keeping it simple. We've done things like this in the past. We call them 5-packs. And that is just 5 90% silver Mercury dimes. Hand-selected, circulated quality, the coin of coins. And referred to oftenly by myself as well as others as the workhorse silver. Basically based on the premise that it is the smallest denomination for the 20th century. Now, going back to the 1800s, we had some other funky sizes. We had a half dime before the 5-cent nickel. We had a 3-cent silver for a short period of time as well. But for pretty much most of the 20th century, the silver dime was the workhorse, the coin that most of us would or could carry in circulation. That then is the problem for collectors years and years later. Basically because it was heavily used, so as a result it was usually heavily worn and then put aside. Tonight, best of all worlds. We have the #1 dime design in our history, which is the Mercury dime. It was part of the coin renaissance that started in 1916. President Roosevelt had this vision of changing our coins. And we did the gold coins in 07, 08 with Augustus St. Gaudens, Bella Leon Pratt. Then we went into the 2 smaller denominations, the Lincoln Cent, 1909, the Buffalo Nickel, 1913. Drastic changes on everything we've been doing. And then the silver renaissance, as they call it, happened in 1916 because we redesigned all 3 coins at that time. The dime, quarter, and half dollar prior were all the same design from the Barber series. So now we have the Mercury dime, we have the Standing Liberty quarter, and we have the Walking Liberty half dollar. The workhorse is this beautiful Mercury dime. It was made from 1916 through the year 1945, replaced after our 4-term president, or to-be 4th-term president, FDR, passes away, and we then put the commemorative dime, based upon his involvement with the March of Dimes, as the coin of the realm in 1946. Our 5-pack is 5 random hand-selected coins. I took a few handfuls from the bag that we did acquire over the last 30 days. Looking through it, after all the culls were pulled and they are left with beautiful coins like you see. And I'm seeing coins from the 30s and 40s for the most part. And there's a breakdown of different mint marks in there. P's, D's, and S's, the 3 coins, the 3 mints that actually struck the coin during this time frame. But value is really what this comes down to. It's our middle name here, America's Value Channel. That means we're $5 a coin. $5 for a Mercury dime. 90% silver. With today's market of what? $50 an ounce silver. So it's a pretty simple math equation. 90% silver equates, and then it's looking at the numbers. It takes about, 12 dimes to make an ounce? And it's always with 90% the mental calculation and or the value. And whenever we get collector coins involved, it's about how close to bullion can I get? Well, normally we're happy if we can get 70%, 75% on a very collectible coin. I mean, think about it, a Walking Liberty half dollar that is a beautiful collectible coin, but has a huge bullion content is just a benefit. Well, tonight, look at us, a 5-pack for $25. We're up in the 90% range on a bullion relationship. And that just as an added bonus, just an added bonus in a hot silver market. So again, the coin is named after formerly called the Winged Liberty Head. And it's supposed to symbolize liberty in thought, right? And also reissued in 2017 as a palladium coin. Many of you might not have known that. 2010, during President Obama's term, they had the Congress authorize the making of a 1 ounce palladium coin. The question is it viable? Will people buy it, etc.? So they went through all these studies. 2017, they relaunch this design. So think about the renaissance of coin designs in 1916. We have the Walking Liberty, which is now the Silver Eagle, and we have the Mercury dime, which is now the Palladium series. Pretty impressive, right? It just means the redesign by President Roosevelt were great design changes. Guys, give me a 1 minute clock, please. We only had a handful of these available, and obviously I'm seeing lots of multiples. Totally open. Thank you. So again, it's just 5 coins for $25. $5 a coin is basically the ticket, and whatever you like to work with. I'm seeing 5s and 10s. It's whatever works for you. But the deal is always about 90% collectible silver, and there's nothing finer than the workhorse, which is the Mercury dime. Adolph Wyman, which by the way also designed the Walking Liberty half dollar. Is that a coincidence? I think not. So we have 2 beautiful bullion coins that were designed by the same guy, and his coins were launched the same day back in 1916. Nothing finer. The competition, anywhere between $19, $20 a coin. When you got to 5 different, you got into the range of $25 to $27 a coin. Well, tonight we're under $5. We are exactly $5 a coin. Saving a bundle, we're a third of the price of our competitors for a silver coin in a crazy silver market. That's the right ticket. And it's exactly why we call this segment the Daily Deal.